You're tuned in to Just One Hot Mom with host Nanika Ansari. Get ready. She's about to bring you that fire, that flavor, that heat, all that passion, and more from around the world and in your neighborhood. Stay tuned.
Hey Hotties, welcome. Today we are talking about sowing and reaping. And this one was really special to me because I came up with this plan, sowing and reaping, into my own life. And so I was like, Lord, how can I begin to, the same thing that I do for other people, how can I do that for me? How can I sow a seed in my own life and reap the benefits from that? And at first I was like, that sounds so selfish, to be like, I'm going to sow and plant a seed in my own life. But in order for me to be able to produce and give to other people, I needed to be able to do that for myself. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So bear with me, you guys. Like I said, this is not my normal side of the office, but it's serving a purpose for today. So here's the thing. In our lives, we plant seeds in everybody else around us. You plant seeds in your children, if you have them, in your significant other, and other women and family members. We plant seeds in all those people around us. And we watch those seeds grow. So we're sowing into other people. We're encouraging and letting them know that you could do whatever it is you want to do in life. You could be a better person. You can start a business if you want to. We sow, we plant those seeds. So we're sowing those seeds in other people. And then we watch as they begin to believe in themselves, as they begin to take what we've sowed into them and they begin to build on it, and we begin to see them get fruits from the labor that they're putting in from the seed that we sowed within them. So we see that, and that is amazing. They get to reap those benefits. You know, they either get to start businesses, they get to start to believe in themselves, they get to do all of these things. So we plant a seed, we sow a seed within them, and then they reap the reward, which is great, because when they reap something, we reap something too. You get to be happy for that person. You get to fulfill the purpose that God has for your life, and that is amazingly great. Well, how many times after you've planted the seed and you've watched people go through this cycle, because we'll do it often, we'll do it for multitudes of people outside of ourselves, but how many times have you planted that seed and you felt alone, you felt deserted, you felt like, why me? You know, why don't I feel like I'm reaping any benefits? And that may seem like, oh, woe is me, but it's not that. You just want to know, when will you yourself see your dreams come to fruition? You want to know, when will it be your turn to see things happen in your life, for you to reap the benefits of everything you sowed? And there is nothing wrong with that. Like, people will tell us, like, oh, in due time you'll get it. But we all know that in human nature, you want to know what's going to happen from the seeds that you planted. So when we see that happen for other people, we sometimes wonder why we don't see it for ourselves. And we sometimes wonder why those same people don't pour into us the same way we pour into others. And so we get a little upset, we get irritated, we get agitated, and then sometimes we get stuck. We get stuck wondering why we don't get the same things that we put out into other people back into ourselves. And honestly, it may not be their purpose. It may not be their purpose to pour into you. It may be your purpose to pour into them, but we don't know that it's their purpose to pour back into you. So then we are left with what? What are you going to do? If nobody ever pours back into you, what are you going to do? So here's what I figured out. Sowing into yourself isn't selfish. It's not selfish at all. And we'll be told, like, oh, plant a seed with others and you'll see things happen. But sowing into yourself, you are the first person you should sow into. Because how, if you don't sow into yourself, how will you have anything else to sow into anybody else? And so I went back and I was checking my Bible, because y'all know, like, Lord, don't let me be selfish. I don't want to tell these ladies to start being selfish, and you have a bunch of selfish women walking around this earth talking about, I ain't sowing into you no more. I'm just going to sow into me. But I checked. It was Deuteronomy 28, and I read the NIV version, and it was, you will sow much seed in the field, but will harvest little, because locusts will devour it. See, here's the thing. I can speak life and encouragement into you. I can speak inspiration into you. But if I'm not doing it from a place of goodwill, of positive energy, of love, then guess what? It does nothing it does nothing for you. If I can't speak life into you and be positive with you and show you energy and genuine joy, then it's done for nothing. It's done for naught. Because why would you be able to feed off of that goodness that I'm supposed to be giving to you if I can't celebrate that goodness for you? So just think about all the times that you've had an attitude with the person. Like you've done something for you, you've spoken life into them, you've given them their pep talk, but ultimately at the end of the day, you're like, they get on my nerves and I just can't deal with them. It's when you have those attitudes about stuff that you can't reap anything from that person. You won't be able to benefit from sowing a seed within that person, because sometimes you're bitter about not being able to get that in return. But God tells us that we can sow those seeds. He didn't say that you just have to sow those seeds into other people. We in our minds think that, like, I can only do stuff for other people, I can't do anything for myself. And that's where I think we set ourselves up for failure, is that we don't take the time to do stuff for ourselves, and then we get bitter and we get envious and we get resentful, and it's hard for us to go do kingdom work because we carry those attitudes with us. So each day, it's up to you to plant the seed within yourself. It's up to you to tell yourself that you can do these miraculous, these purposeful things that you know in your heart and your mind you want to do. Yet you are waiting for someone else to tell you, to inspire you, and to encourage you to do those things. And it's nothing wrong with wanting that from the people in your life. We all want people in our lives to tell us, like, girl, you got this. You can do it. Oh, you was out there doing your thing. We all want that. But what if we don't get that? Are you just not going to move forward and do what you're supposed to do? Are you not going to use your God-given talent to reach your purpose in this life, all because you didn't get the encouragement and the support you thought you should have gotten from those that you've planted the seed with? Be honest with yourself. So here's the other one I got. When we reap into ourselves, we are not only benefiting those around us, we're benefiting us, and we're benefiting the kingdom. When we decide to really get into our own hearts, get into our own minds, when we decide to sow into ourselves, when we sow a seed into ourselves, then we are telling ourselves, like, hey, you can do this. You are filling your cup. But oftentimes we don't plant that seed within ourselves to fill our cup. We just go around and we just give to everybody else. And the thing is, it's like, how can you keep on giving to others what you don't have for yourself? So I came up with a method to help us to start to sow the seeds into ourselves. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to hear this method? Here it is. If you are watching the video and you look behind me, you see this excellent painted tree I have. These are my own art skills here. I am very proud of the tree. Let me tell you why I picked the tree. Look at this tree. Go outside in your backyard, kick a tree, punch a tree, do whatever it is you need to do. You see that solid foundation, that solidness of that tree. I think I just knocked my tree down. Oh, you see the solidness of that tree. That trunk is solid. And so from that space, you see that the branches come out, and from out of the branches, we see leaves and we see flowers and we see growth. But first you have to have the solid trunk. The solid trunk is you. You have to make sure that you are good, that you are planted wherever it is and what you know your purpose is. You have to make sure that you have that solid foundation to get started. And then we see stuff start to branch out from us. We see stuff start to grow, and we see that we can do other things. Like we're not just that one planet thing. We start to see that we are multiple things, that we are not just the one thing that people desire us to be, that we are other things. And when we start to see that in ourselves, we start to branch out. You see my branches up here, my lovely branches? But we have that trunk, that's our foundation. We have the branches that allow us to break out and do other things. But what keeps us doing those things? And this is where I came up with my project. Here's the thing. We have to sow a seed in ourselves every single day to keep going. You see right now my tree is bare. It's no leaves on here. I haven't planted anything within myself. But you know, if you go outside today, it's summertime, you're going to see leaves on trees. You're going to see flowers. You're going to see animals moving around trees. You're going to see everything in those trees. And that's because of time over winter when everything was lost and it was shed, and then come springtime when it's nurtured again, and then in summertime we get to enjoy the full blossoming of the tree. We don't do that with ourselves. We just give, and we don't take the time to go through our seasons to understand what we need to do to see the blossom and the beauty in our own life. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I hope y'all do. So here's what I started. I had a client who was like, hey, like, I just don't feel confident in what I'm doing. I just can't figure it out. Like, I could tell everybody else what they need to do, but for myself personally, I just can't figure it out for me. And so I was like, okay. I said, well, let me come up with something that I think will work for you. And honestly, doing the work for her enabled me to do the work for myself. So I said, every day for the next 7 days, I want you to send me something that you love about yourself. Every single day before 9 o'clock. So that way we stuck to a schedule, and I'm like, every single day you're going to tell me something that you love about yourself for the next 7 days. And for the next 7 days, every morning I got a text message from that person telling me something that they love about themselves. It could be the way they smiled yesterday. It could be they love their hair. It could be they love the sound of their voice. Whatever it was, for 7 days straight, every morning before 9 a.m., I got a text message from this person telling them something that they loved about themselves. So I said, okay, I said, now you have all these messages. You have all of these things that you know that you love about yourself. What are you going to do with those? And she was like, I don't know. I said, okay, we're going to build our own tree. We're going to plant our seed, and we're going to start to see how this will work for us. So what I had her do is I had her go and get a poster board and paint a tree on it like the one behind me. And I said, make enough branches, however many branches you need, whatever you need to do, just build your own tree. Make it your own personal, unique thing for you. And I said, what you're going to do is you're going to get some Post-it notes, colorful ones, and you're going to write those things. Everything that you text to me that morning, you're going to write those on the Post-it notes. And I said, when you're done writing, you're going to create that space on the tree. So we're going to start to build our own tree. We're going to start to feed into ourselves and tell ourselves that we can do stuff. So every morning for 7 days, she sent me that stuff that she loved about herself. And so that was 7 things that she had to add to her tree. So she added, like, I love the sound of my voice. That was one thing she added. Then there were I got multi-colors here. She added something else to the tree on another branch. Each and every day, we should be doing that for ourselves. You should be able to write something that you love about yourself. And you should be able to put that up on your tree so that you can start to form those thoughts, so that you can see, that you can reap what you are sowing into yourself. Every day I tell myself, like, I am loved. I am blessed. I love the way that I sing when I talk to people. I love the way that I walk when I walk down the street. If you have ever walked with me, you know that I will catch myself walking in a window and fall in love with me all over again. But every day, I want you guys, so this is the project for you. Get you some poster board. This is a nice foam poster board. Paint you a tree on your poster board and get you some colorful Post-it notes. And every day that you wake up, make it a part of your wake up habit. I want you to write a message to yourself on there like, I love Nick. Plain and simple. I love Nick. It don't have to be anything extravagant. You don't have to go deep every single day, because some days you don't have nothing deep to love about yourself. But every day I want you to add another Post-it note as a leaf to that tree. And I want you to start to fill that tree up. And I want you to see that you can sow a seed into yourself. See, this is the part of the sowing the seed. You can sow this seed into yourself, and you can see how you can reap and how your tree will start to grow. And you will feel better about what you have going on in your life. Your confidence will be better. You will be inspired. You will be encouraged, because you are planting the seed, you are sowing into yourself, and you are reaping the benefits by looking at that tree and seeing each and every day what you love about yourself, what you admire, your inspiration, your encouragement. Every day you will get to see that. Now here's the thing. On some days you won't be able to tell yourself anything. I've had plenty of days where I just can't do it. I can get my Post-it notes out and I'm like, I don't know what to write to myself to encourage me. Guess what? Those are the days that the reaping from this tree really benefit me. Because on those days that I can't figure out what I want to encourage myself, what I can do to inspire or motivate myself, what I can do to love myself, I take from the tree. And I just remind myself, I love Nick. I love to sing. See, you planted the seed, you sown into yourself, and you're seeing all of this. And you can reap from yourself. You can encourage and speak life into yourself because you've already planted, you've already sown that into yourself. So each and every day, get up and write something. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a deep message. It doesn't have to be some long, drawn out paragraph. You see how little these Post-it notes are? I cut these in half. I got bigger ones. So if you decide you do want to write a book, use bigger ones. But every single day I get up and I tell myself something that I love about myself. Something that I know that will inspire and encourage me and motivate me to do what it is I need to do to get myself through that day. I could say a multitude of things like, I love the fact that when I shave my legs, they shine. If that's what you got, that's what you got. I love the lip gloss I have on. I love when I wear hoop earrings. I think it shrinks the size of my head. I love what I love about me, and I'm encouraged that I still stand today. Whatever it is you have to tell yourself, write that down and start to build your tree and fill this whole tree up with the goodness and greatness that is you. And only you can do that. You don't need a bunch of people. Let me tell you, we need people. We need people and we need connections. But we also need to learn to rely on ourselves. We need to learn that, okay, even when no one else is around, I still have me. And even in my loneliness, I know that I can benefit from me. I can be better because of me. And God gives you everything you need to encourage and inspire yourself. Trust me, it's been plenty of mornings that I've gotten up that I'm like, okay, Lord, what are we encouraged to tell ourselves today? And it's like, hey, I liked your attitude yesterday. You had positive energy. That sundress you wore was super fly, and I will describe the sundress on this card and put it on my tree because I know that there may become a point in time in my life where I may not be able to tell myself that, and that's okay. I may not be able to say, Nick, I believe you're beautiful this morning. I may not be able to say, Nick, you are smart. You are important. I may not be able to say that on some days because some days that's just how we feel. That's just honest. But then I know that I can come into my room, look at my tree, and I know what I've told myself before. And I can take from what I've planted within myself before, and I can allow that to inspire and encourage me to get throughout the day until I can tell myself what I need to tell myself again. So here's your assignment, ladies. Get your poster board. I think I paid like 87 cents for this at Walmart. Get you some paint. Make your tree whatever color you want it to be. I know I wanted a brown tree because I was like, ooh, when I start to switch this out, I could make different colors. Get yourself some Post-it notes of multiple colors so that you have a colorful tree. And each and every morning, get up and write yourself a message on that note. I love my hair color. Put it up there. I love my life. Put it up there. I love the people in my life. Put it up there. I am encouraged to be better because of X, Y, and Z. I am going to be better because I did X, Y, and Z. Each and every day you have the opportunity to sow within yourself. So take those Post-it notes, write that note to yourself, and put it on your tree. And in those moments where you cannot encourage yourself, and let me tell y'all, I have to be transparent and honest with you guys. I have mornings where I cannot figure out what it is I love about Nick, and that's just being pure honest. I have the worst attitude I have is probably with myself sometimes. When I can't figure it out though, I know that I could come to this. This is something that I'm putting within myself to say on those days that I'm not feeling it, you can still feel it. So I come to my tree and I just take off from it. I take off from my tree and I tell myself whatever note I've already planted for myself on a tree that day. Nick, I love the sound of your voice. Okay. And then I probably walk around all day like, hey. But that's just me. That's me building up my confidence. That's me motivating me. That's me sowing the seed within myself so that I can reap the benefits of who I am for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm telling y'all, by let's say 30 days, I'm going to give everybody 30 days. Get your poster board, get your paint your tree, get your post-it notes. And for the next 30 days, each and every morning that you wake up, I want you to write yourself a note of encouragement. And you can start off, I'll give you like some start off points. Like, I love myself. I'm encouraged by it. I'm motivated by this. Each and every day, you can do that for yourself and put it up on your tree. And I want to see in 30 days what these trees look like. I want to see the colors. I want to see what you've been able to tell yourself so that you can reap it in the long run. Because there are days coming. We witness this all the time. We witness people in depression. We witness people in loneliness. We witness people going through it. We witness people going through it all the time, and we try to encourage them, but sometimes the encouragement has to come from within. And on those days that it can't come within, what are you going to do? What keeps you motivated on the days that you can't see it, when you can't visualize it for yourself? So here it is. We have this visual here. And I can tell you guys, since I've started doing this, I'm not showing y'all my real tree yet because it is a hot mess. I didn't have good color post-it notes like I do today. But since I've started sowing the seed within myself to encourage myself when there is no other encouragement, I feel good. I feel better. I feel like I can conquer the world and there is nothing that can stand in my way. And I'm not standing in my own way. So ladies, you have your assignment. Get to sowing into yourself so that at the end of the day you can reap the benefits of that and you can share that with the world. So this is my little art project I'm working on. Today is what? Today is June 30th. And so in 30 days, I would like to go back and see what you guys have done, to see your trees and to see what you've been able to sow into yourself, and to even see some taken away so that we know that you've been able to reap when you needed to. See, here's the thing. I can tell all of you, I can encourage all of you, I can motivate you, I can show you what I'm doing to get fit, I can tell you what I'm doing to get my mind right, but if I'm really not sowing into myself and I'm just constantly giving it away, it's void. It's void. And I know that, and you know that. I'm not believable if I don't sow into myself first, because who wants to believe somebody who's not taking care of themselves first? So I'm going to take care of me, and I need for all of you guys to take care of you. So we got our assignment, ladies. It's never too late to start planting those seeds within yourself to make sure that you are encouraged, motivated, and inspired to be who God has called you to be. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. In case you had not heard, this Hot Mom is now available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I am super excited about that because I planted the seed and now I'm reaping the benefits of that. So go on over and subscribe. We will have a few events happening soon and they will be announced shortly. So yeah, catch up with us. As always, you've been tuned in and you've been elevated. I will talk to you guys soon.